So I want to say, first of all, I relish the opportunity to be up here. Because these days, even just dressing up and going out is a big deal. And granted, it's been hard. It's been chilly. And I would love if it was warmer, just to lay in the sun, to bask. Oh. How wonderful that would be. But you know, it's like my mom always said, you know, my mama laid that all out for me. She said, don't complain. And puns are my jam, so I know it's gonna be good. I wanna thank the contestants in advance because they mustered up the courage to get up here. I do wanna instruct them though, make sure you talk loud and clear into the microphone. In other words, don't mumbo. Usually the DC people are. The people like, I've never heard of that. It's a sauce that shows I'm cool. So that's what that is, if you didn't know. We had this, because we need to be able to hear you, right? Like we had this one contestant, Kimberly. I was so excited to see her up here because, see her up? Okay. But, thank you. Oh, it was a slow burn. Okay. Slow like syrup itself. Meta pun, okay. I was excited to see her up here because I knew she was a really good author, like she's a paperback writer. And so she gets up here, she's doing great, but then she just starts speaking Dutch. And I was like, girl, my Holland days are behind me. I don't know what you're talking about. And then her friend's like, oh, that's just Horace, a thing she does. So I just stop her, and I didn't want to eliminate Kimberly, but Kim, she had to go, you know? Makes sense. The worst was we had this crazy night where, I mean, the improv staff's always great, but this night either no one was working the door, or it was like the worst usher ever. Randos just wandering around the audience. I saw this group of 2 people holding up a third. I was like, is this Weekend at Bernays? Then this guy comes in on a horse wearing a flapper dress, and I'm like, what? Look, I like a Marin era appropriate costume as much as the next guy. But that is not what we're here for. Then this priest comes in, so I try to be polite. I'm like, hey, holy guy. And at first he was like, peace be upon you. But then he just looked at me and was like, oh, Jew, and left. The worst, though, they let in my ex-boyfriend, and he's one of those guys who, like, at the time, he seemed like a wonderful guy. But it was a huge mistake. But, you know, hindsight's 2020. I think I was attracted to him. He had very masculine handwriting, like those real man-A's, you know? But he was not a sexy guy. Like, he's the kind of guy when he comes around women, you know, closed thighs, chutneys. And he came in, he's like, oh, Dana, looks like you're still not pregnant. You don't have a kid yet, which is like super rude. And also I was like, yeah, dude, I don't want to have a kid. What do you think my insistence that you wore a condiment? I don't want to get preggo. All right, that's enough from me. Are you guys ready for your first pun contestant?